Happy Halloween, everybody. G&A Reviews here. I am Sobroni,
along with the 8th member of Friend Shushu, Dooby-Doo.
Yes, very fitting for Halloween. This isn't technically a Halloween episode, but we'll try our best to make it as spooky as possible as we cover this. There we go, starting with the jump scares. As we cover this week in anime, one of the spookiest things about this week in anime is that there's no Attack on Titan. Because we're idiots, or we were lied to, or some shit happened, but there is no more Attack on Titan until next year in April. So,
I literally cannot wait to see all the comments being like, "Oh, you fucking idiots! You never
why the fuck did you not know?" So we're gonna have to pick another show to fill that slot, but for now, we have the 6 shows we're talking about, and we're starting off with Goblin Slayer, episode 4.
This was, I like to see that they went back to gruesome and gore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're back there, which I'm okay with.
Yep.
It was really good, because for once, it was, like, not a goblin they had to fight.
I think this was my favorite episode so far. Like, the first episode was good, but I feel like this is the episode where it all came together.
Does it because, like, there's a whole party, and they're all working together,
and you got to see, like, their individual talents, like the dwarf with his, like, being able to read the tiles and everything, and his own, like, set of spells. I love the whole strategy that they had, where they used the silence and drunken spells together.
Yeah.
And then just went slaughtered everybody. Like, I love that. That makes me think it's like, oh, I really feel like every time I watch this show, I'm just like, I want to play Dungeons and Dragons right now and just do all this shit.
I like the elf girl. It's like she's realizing what the nature of the business is of being an adventurer, and she's like, this isn't great. We're just stabbing goblins. You see her kind of going to the dark side.
Yeah, and she was like drifting and like, oh, he's using other. I like that she gets like these little realizations, like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't be using my knife to stab them. I should be using their knife to stab them. And her reaction to seeing the other elf that was all tied up and on the verge of death, and then how it kind of just mentally rattles her was really good.
Yeah.
For half the episode.
Yeah, and then dwarves apparently just naturally are just like, oh yeah, goblins are our main enemy, and I'm like, oh okay, I guess everyone just fucking hates goblins for one reason or another.
It's hard to get along with goblins, it seems, unless you're an ogre.
Unless you're an ogre. And this, of course, isn't just any ogre. It's like one of the Knights of Hell or some stupid title like that.
I like it. It doesn't even matter. Goblin Slayer's like, I don't give a fuck. You're not a goblin.
Yeah, you're not.
None of my business what you are. You're not a goblin.
Never heard of you. You're not a goblin.
That was great. The fight itself was really, really
it was a very epic battle.
Yeah. Oh my god, the music coming on, just like when Goblin Slayer rose up and used the scroll and everything. Oh, that was so fun. The music is so on point.
Oh, I like the part in the beginning where she had to cover herself in blood, and you see his like eye glow red. That was very funny. I like that they took like a thing that's supposed to be like, they usually was like a sign of something like him doing something badass or evil, but they used it in a very, comical way. I appreciate that. Very well done.
Overall, it was very enjoyable. I love all the characters. Like even the characters I didn't think I was going to care too much about, like random Indian lizard man, Native American Indian.
I like him because he always speaks in like formal Japanese.
I like him just because he has really cool magic with his like ancestral summoning magic and stuff. I like the dwarf because he's just cocky and I don't know. I just like the whole. See, of course, the elf is my favorite, but I like the whole
of course she is. It's okay. She's my favorite too.
Yes, I do like how her motivation now is just like, I want to go with Goblin Slayer on a regular nice adventure where we like frolic through the meadow and discover plants and
have fun
and not get raped and killed.
Not slaughter a score of goblins.
So, yep, I'm curious where it's gonna go. I mean, I'm not curious where it's going to go from here. I'm pretty sure that he's going to keep killing goblins, but I'm interested in seeing how it develops. Because like as much as I like it right now, it can't just keep up with this. Every episode is us going to a different dungeon,
killing
goblins. I feel like at a certain point there has to be more to it than that.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in seeing where it goes.
Maybe they'll just lie to him and be like, oh yeah, there are goblins here. And then they're like, ah, we lied, there's no goblins here, but you still have to fight.
I'm just waiting for him, because he doesn't seem to know about anything else, like other creatures, so I'm just like waiting for him to go on a mission where they have to hunt a dragon, and they're just like, that's a flying goblin that breathes fire.
He's like, okay, got it. Okay, Mashta. It's a really strong episode.
Which, by the way, is my episode of the week. I should probably mention that.
Oh, I wish I could, but I can't because the next episode is going Kamui, which is my episode of the week yet again. I'm sorry. This once again, it was just literally like I can't. I'm literally a broken record. Like the first scene, they're fighting in a burning fucking house. Great fighting scenes, great action all around. Like and you know what thing I loved about this scene? Like the soldiers, they're not like just like random soldier A, B. Like they actually like are confident when it comes to combat. You don't just get like hit once and they're like, oh well, I'm dead because I'm generic soldier number one. Like no, they're like, oh you fucking asshole, and they fight back. Like that guy would have killed Ogata if Sugimoto didn't come around and like kill him.
Yeah, they did say this was like a special elite squad of soldiers that is under this guy's command. So like it actually shows that, oh shit, every one of his soldiers is legitimately competent at their job and can fuck anyone up at any given moment. So that's interesting. I'm glad that the one guy without the ear, I think, is dead.
Yeah, I don't think he's dead.
I'm hoping he's dead, because of all the evil, like, main villain characters, or supporting villain characters, he's the only one I don't give a fuck about. Like, I don't care about him at all. So he's, like, one of the weak points of the show for me whenever he shows up. So I just don't want him. Like, I'm sad all these other better villains died before him.
Yeah, but he's not like a villain. Like he works for his pseudonym.
Yeah, he's like a grunt, but there were so many other grunts that were better than him.
Like who? His brother?
Edo guy.
He wasn't a grunt.
He was. He was like
he was a very important character.
Well, he was still working under Surumi, so
that still doesn't make him a grunt.
I don't know. He's my least favorite of like the named evil characters. So I'm just not unless he comes back to this like.
I like him because he literally just starts as like a guy with like a weird like twin thing, and then like as the twin dies, he just keeps getting more crazy and more crazy and more crazy, and now he's wearing an ear on his chin.
Yeah.
And now he has no leg. Or no foot, excuse me. Yeah. Like that. Like they could have easily just killed him, like from the moment you see him, and then just like, no, we're gonna keep going on with this
keep bringing him back.
Because we can. And I appreciate that. I actually do like that. Because you could just be lazy and not do anything.
Yeah, I just don't like him too much. If they killed him off, I wouldn't cry for him.
Me neither. I'd be fine if they killed him, but because they killed so many others. Let's see. I like the little thing with Ogata and I can never say her name. Asipra?
Asipa? Yeah.
Is it Asipa or Asipa?
Asipa.
Asipa. Okay.
Yes.
The R is behind the P. Okay.
One of these days you'll get it on your first try.
Yeah, one of these days. Today is not that day. Ogata is just like very just like I don't give a shit about your Ainu traditions or your Ainu little traps or your Ainu little birds. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go get these birds my way. I'm not gonna chant whatever the weird fucking Ainu shit you do when you cut shit up. So I can just cut the shit up.
I'm not gonna eat your bird brain. That's the only part I respected him. Like, yeah, fuck you. I'm not eating birds' fucking brains. Eating your brain. Yeah. The rest of it is I like it because it's kind of it's a weird type of like I don't like Ogata, but I kind of like how he's just like nah, fuck you. I do my own thing.
Yeah, like I don't know. It was very like fun. Like we got to see like a more fun side of him. That's always like, I speak like this, and I have a sniper rifle.
And he's like, it's not because he's well, he is a jerk, but it's not like he's a loner type. He's more so doing it because he's just stubborn and he kind of wants to one up her, like he did with the birds. Like, oh fuck you, I did my own thing and I killed 3 birds.
I did my own thing. And he did that comical like. Very like arrogant pose. Chest, yeah. Like I don't know, there's little things like that. He's like this enemy doesn't have to do it, but it does it anyways, and that's what makes me like it so much.
I forget that he's a villain. Like I forget that some of these dudes are villains.
Or like like villains, like very evil people or very not good people.
Yeah, I completely forgot.
I was leaning towards Goblin Slayer because there's a part in this where the plot kind of like went to like it slowed down, like as they were going on like how to make the birds and stuff. I was considering. I was like, okay, maybe this isn't as important. And then I don't know. That last scene with between like the flashback between Hijikata and Gamushin at the end, I was like.
Really? Because for me, that was like the slowest part of the episode.
It was slow. It was slow, but it was like I don't know. I like that scene. I like because it was like very. It was a very intimate scene between like 2 old men, which isn't something you normally see. Like it's not a normal statement I would say about anime. And
I did like the way that they showed them while they were younger, while they were talking.
Yeah, like, they showed their face. Yeah, exactly. Like that really like added to the scene. So good. Like that basically made up for it when there was like I don't know where this whole scene is going. It seems kind of pointless and long.
For me, the episode was good. My only gripe was that it got kind of slow towards the middle and end. But next week looks like it's going to be fairly active, if the ending was any indication.
God, I feel like this is the second time this has happened. I feel like this is not the first time he's just like. It was.
Oh no! Yeah, it's definitely happened before.
Except it was no. It did happen when he was getting chased by like the dude with the giant thing on his forehead and just runs into guards. And he's like, guards! Yep. Oh god! Except this time they kind of just recognized him, so he's kind of a rock in a hard place.
Poor Shagishi. All right. God. Should we move on to
yes,
trying to make sense of Aru Majitsu no Index?
Oh, okay.
Season 3, episode 4.
This is episode 4. Oh no! Come back to me, baby. Come back to me.
Well, this episode did it even have Toma in it?
No.
It was just completely,
no. It was all about
all the other. I forgot how many characters there are. Like I was like, man, there's a lot of characters in Index. And this episode happened. I'm like, oh my god, there was like a fuck ton of characters in Index.
Basically, this is like let's just talk about all the side characters and what they're doing behind the scenes.
Like this was all the characters I knew were relevant to some. The thing about Index is that there's so many subplots, and there's subplots within subplots, and then there's like groups within groups within groups, and I'm just like, who are these people? I forgot about Skill Out and School and all these other
literally I love how they did the big English names: School, Item, Backpack, Tape, Ruler, Gun.
Poor old woman. Everyone's just trying to kill her.
Yeah, dude, like not even for a good reason.
No.
We got introduction to the other level 5s.
Yeah. So I was confused. Is the other level 5 the snobby, assholey guy with the briefcase, or was it the guy who was cutting up everything in half?
I think the snobby guy with the briefcase. I think he's
Okay.
the level 2. Yeah, he's the
Second
rank
rank.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And the girl with the
literally-
laser beam was ranked 4, I believe.
So only Accelerator is the head of briefcase guy. Got it.
Yeah.
So this is basically going to be a battle between like 3 level 5s coming up soon because Accelerator's on his way there.
Fuck, I hope so. I love Accelerator, by the way. I really do. He just
Fucking badass moment at the end where he just
jumps into someone else's car. He's like, "Hey, go to the fucking satellite."
Was Toma's friend always this relevant? I don't ever remember him being this relevant.
Sumi-Chikara?
Yeah. Like, I remember him working in the shadows and stuff, but, like, he seems like he's just a part of fucking everything that happens all of a sudden.
I don't know. It's been a long time since season 2. I knew he was I knew there was something to him, like, he was in the background and shit. That much I was aware of, but I guess for whatever reasons, they're like, no, we have to, make sure you guys know that he's an important fucking character. I feel like they're gonna kill him.
I feel like a lot of people are gonna die. This I don't know, for some reason this season feels like it's gonna be the most intense. If only because the first 4 episodes have all been super intense.
This first episode was fine, like until
until the ending.
Let's see. But yeah. Oh wait, which one is School? Is the bad? They're the bad guys.
Yes.
School is the bad guys.
I mean, it's not like the other ones are good guys. Skill Out isn't good. They're just another.
Wait, is Skill Out the one with the girls?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what their. First of all, I find their little thing to be very cute. like their introduction of them of Skill Out was very cute.
I remember seeing them. I don't remember if it was in Index or if it was in Railgun, but I definitely remember that they were introduced before. I just don't remember which series.
It probably was Railgun because I don't remember them. And I didn't watch all of Railgun. I think I got like a few episodes into Railgun before I stopped.
So it was probably Railgun.
But yeah. Let's see, anything worth mentioning? I don't know, it's just very this is an incredibly confusing episode. As you I feel like this is what Golden Kamui would look like if it just tries to make itself more complicated than it needed to be. Like, and I feel like Toaru, they will like try to put like info dump where like just cool action could be happening instead, unlike Golden Kamui, where it's like we're gonna give you a nice balance of everything.
Well, I think and the thing about Index is it's like there's so much stuff that
There's so much lore and it's so confusing. It's like not even like people's powers and shit. Literally just the organizations alone like fucked me up this episode.
I want to play like a tabletop campaign into our Index world and just we could totally do that. Oh, man, that'd be fun. Either way, there's a lot of lore already built into it, so
yeah. So I don't know, and I feel like I said, all the fight scenes that would have been cool, they just like skipping to next scene. I'm like, wait, no. I want to see guy who cuts things in half versus laser beam girl.
Yeah.
It sounds like an actual good fight.
No, we got to see the chase scene between the regular dude and the cute girl.
Yeah, right? Like, that was so much better.
I did enjoy that. She chose to chase after him, of all people.
I know, yeah. That was pretty funny. He reminds me a lot of, like, Toma.
Yeah. All right.
So they're like, hey, quick, we need a Toma We need
Toma,
Toma.
like, yeah, just this episode doesn't have Toma, so we need someone who's similar to him so we can pass him off.
Make him do Toma shit.
Does this mean that this arc is not going to have Toma in it and it's just going to be like Accelerator? I feel like this is going to end next episode because it's already close to... Like, this is going to be like a mini arc within the greater arcs.
Mm-hmm.
So... Either way, if next episode has that giant 3-way level 5 fight, it'll be fun to watch. Hopefully they won't just skip it. And
no, we're about to fight. Well, let's see how Index is doing.
They would do that though. They would all be standing off, like getting ready to fight, and it just switches to like Last Order or Index or something.
Yeah, like Index is literally just like, time to take a bath, time to take a bath. And then Toma comes home and starts cooking dinner. And like at the end, you just see like half the city's in ruin. Oh, God.
Alright. Either way, I enjoyed the episode. Even though I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah. Let's move on to Zombieland Saga.
Zombieland Saga was episode 4?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, like you said before, this is an episode that's not going to focus on their performance.
Right. This was a very slice of lifey type episode.
Yeah.
There was no major parodying of anything or like major there was a major comedic moment at the end. But for the most part, this episode was just kind of like, it felt like I was watching Love Live or Idolmaster or something like that. It was just a straight up idol show.
It was, which is, I mean, it is an idol show.
It is. It's just sometimes I forget that it's also an idol show.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm not mad at it because it's like, it's an idol show, it's an idol episode, like, because they're idols. Like, it makes sense.
I can't fault it for it because it's
right. You can't be mad. I'm like, wait, you're an idol show?
I did enjoy the I like seeing them interact with each other, so I don't mind it as much.
Yeah, it's very like fun, cute interactions. Like for a first time, they actually punch like the guy in charge. Like, I'm like, what took you so long to beat the shit out of him?
Exactly. I love the I like how Junko's becoming more like she's coming out of her shell a bit more. Like she's separating from Ai and becoming more of the Sakura crowd. Like, they all have their little cliques. It's weird. Yeah,
and then I actually like Ai's personality a lot. Because it's so, like, contrary to what you would think an idol is. Even though she was a successful idol, she's, like, the opposite of that.
Yeah. And she's, like, not too gung-ho about going back to the idol world.
Exactly. She's like, ugh, being an idol. Nah, whatever.
Like, kind of like how her and Sakura are just, like, polar opposites, where it's like Sakura's just, oh yeah, we need to do our best and be idols and be happy, and then Ai's just like, fucking idol world, I hate idols.
But I like that she does it in a way where it's not like, it doesn't seem like she's trying too hard to be like anti-idol.
Yeah, she's just aware of it, and she's just like, she's
aware. World. Yeah, she's aware of it, and she's aware that's that much harder because they're fucking zombies.
You gotta turn that disadvantage into an advantage. When life gives you lemons, you know what you gotta do.
You have to have your head roll off in the Onsen spring and scare the CEO of the big pharma to death. Because that's literally what happened. That was fun.
That was like the one moment where I was just like, I was like, something big is going to eventually happen. Because their performance was just whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That was great. Yeah. The whole horror parody thing, or her running through the hallways and all the other characters just popping up and scaring her.
I love how like the girl came like through the roof. I'm like, how that happened? It was
poor old woman.
Yeah, poor her. Oh my god, I thought she would like. I thought they'd end up killing her.
I love if Saki continues to. I feel like it's weird because there's definitely non-even distribution of screen time for characters. Like Saki's like. I feel like her and Sakura make up 99% of the show, and then like everyone else just gets like little scraps here and there of lines.
Yeah, like Lily gets besides the other two is getting more.
Yeah. Lily
But yeah,
and Juko, and then I gets her for one mini
one
scene,
line, yeah. And then what's her face gets even last. I don't even remember her name. That's
like point. Yugiri or something. And
Yugiri.
Tai kind of just dropped off. They need to incorporate Tai into these scenarios more. She needs to do her zombie thing.
Yeah, it actually works very well with the show. She's very funny. She did have a cute little moment where I think she like rips the patches.
Mm-hmm. That was the other thing. It did like weird product placement.
Yeah. I love how once again like the smell joke came up again. Where Yugiri was like, "Oh yeah, we can wash the decay off ourselves," and all the like four girls were like, "Oh," they all just start sniffing themselves.
Yeah, I like how Lily and Yugiri just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I guess because the other four, they're like, you know, adolescent.
Yeah.
So that they're at that point where that's all they care about, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I like that they did that joke again. I think it's funny.
I like the episode. I think it was better than last week's, but
yeah,
for me,
it was better than last week's, but not as good as episode 2.
Yeah, pretty much. I want them to go back to kind of being the over-the-top comedy of the season, as opposed to being the kind of clever idol show. Like, it regressed into just being a clever idol show, as opposed to just being like this over-the-top parody
of an idol show.
It's so weird. I don't know how to feel about it.
I'm cool with it.
We'll see.
I'm not going
Maybe I'll grow into it. I don't know. I don't know.
Just like I'm growing into our next anime, which is Dakaretai. Yes. Okay, episode 4, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, more par for the course. This
episode was really, really creepy. Let's just put that out there. It was. I feel like this show is gonna end with like he's going full Yandere mode at this point, and I feel like
he's gonna kill her.
Yeah, like the whole premise of this episode was kind of disturbing. Like, man, I wish I could have. Basically, this whole episode's premise was, I wish I could have fucked you when you were in high school, and this whole episode was.
I mean, okay, so I had this separate reaction, not just because like, oh my god, I'm gay, and so I'm okay with it. It just made me feel like kind of funny because let's just say this is not the first time I've heard of someone wanting another person to wear a schoolboy outfit. I definitely have had an ex who wanted me to do that. I did not do that, but
like I feel like that's not even like. There's one thing to be like, all right, if you're dating someone, you want them to dress up like in a school outfit, fine. But he took it to like the next level. He was like, I wanted to fuck you when you were a teenager, and I want to.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, I feel like he didn't mean it. Like this is my thing. This is my thing. This is my thing. What I don't like about certain like shonenai or yaoi, they will literally, like, it's like this thing could just be so romantic. You just don't have to bring everything back to the fucking. This guy brings it back so much to the fucking. I don't get it. Like, yes, I get it. Gay guys have libidos and like having sex. I get, but no, this is too much. He's doing too much. So I'm just like, yeah, you're right. He could have just left it at. I feel like in his mind or the mind of the person, they were like, oh, this is so romantic because they want to be with them and know what they're like in high school because they just want to know who they are. And I'm just like, yes, if you would just left it at that, it would have been fine. But then you guys would be like, no, but let's get back to the fucking. Also, call me sensei. Like, wow, you have sex.
Like, I'm just waiting for this to, like, regress back to, like, man, I wish I could have fucked you in elementary school or something like that.
Wear this bib.
Oh my god, I just gave myself I was like, wear this diaper. I'm like, oh no.
Oh no, we're gonna skip that episode that we talked about. Like, if that ever happens, we're just gonna skip a long episode. We're like, oh, wow, nothing happened on Dakaretai. Let's just move on.
There's no episode this week.
I feel like the power dynamic between the two is a bit much. Like, I don't... Like, this is a little bit off kilter. Like, he has too much power in this relationship to a point where it's like, it doesn't make sense. And it doesn't... Like, it makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Like, and all the other... Like, I'm not saying this does happen all the time in, Shonen/Yaoi. There is a very clear power dynamic. Like, the top kind of has power over the bottom, kind of. But, I don't know. There's, like, more subtle way. Like, it wasn't so, like, ugh. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
If there's one thing that this show doesn't have, it's subtlety.
It's not subtle. It's not as subtle as a literal grenade.
You know, I don't know. It's like they like hit you over the head with how much like, yeah, like Junta. I think that's his name, right? The blonde one is Junta.
Yeah.
He pretty much just controls Takero's like entire life.
Like he's so fucking weird. he's so weird. You don't have to make a character this fucking weird.
First off, can we extend the creep factor with the fact that he got his actual high school co-actor to give him his clothes to give.
Yeah, what kind of fucking he went like pure like sociopath.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I feel like he really is just a sociopath at this point.
Like he kind of is too. Cause there's another shonen I think was it Sekaiichi Hatsukoi, where they had, it was kind of similar to this. Like the older guy was like the bottom and the young guy was the top, but like the older guy, like they still like the power dynamic was very even. Like the only time it shifted to the young guy was literally during sex because he was the top. Yeah. But outside of that, it was like, okay, but you are just a student. I have an actual job.
I remember that show. It was weird because that show was like it wasn't weird. It was like they learned from each other in different areas and stuff. Like I feel like that's a more
exactly
entertaining and realistic dynamic versus talking about this always. He has no power even outside of the bedroom.
Yeah, like it feels so controlling because it's like he literally was like, oh, I don't call him forever and he doesn't pick up, man, that kind of sucks. And all of a sudden I'm kidnapping you, we're gonna drive to some random fucking place so I can axe murder you.
That's why I feel like this is gonna end with Yandere's status. Like he is literally going to take Takeru to like some pier somewhere in a harbor and chop him up and if
it goes that direction,
nice boat style.
If it goes that direction, this is getting an instant 8 or 9 because they never did that before. Just because that makes it groundbreaking at that point. I was just like, oh wait, no, this is actually a very important piece in anime.
Yeah, part of anime history.
No, because then I feel like at that point it would be like Doki Doki Literature Club or School Days.
Yeah.
Except not as shitty as School Days. Oh yeah, let's not compare to School Days. Doki Doki Literature Club.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I've given up on I remember last week I think it was where I was like, man, I wonder where this show's gonna go in terms of its plot. And I just realized this episode, I'm like, oh, this show's not going to go anywhere. This is not going to have a plot. Every episode is just going to be a different fetish. That's what this show is.
Oh god. So is it okay. So let's do the thing now. If this happens, then every week we're going to guess what the next fetish is, starting with this episode.
Okay.
All right. What is your guess for next week?
Next week. All right. So we had what? We had the honey thing. We had the school thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're gonna go straight up. I want to say a doctor, but they kind of were doctors.
I can't like being doctors again.
This is gonna sound kind of, well, maybe not too creepy. I think it's gonna be the whole daddy thing, like call me daddy.
Okay. I was gonna think maybe a little bit S&M.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Chain the whips. Yes.
Yeah. Probably you're probably right about that.
Yeah. Oh god. I'm actually excited. I almost hope that's what they just do now.
Every episode, just a new fetish. Let's roll with it.
Oh my god. I feel like I actually like this anime being on the. I feel like this is a good anime for us to choose because it's always something to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is an anime where we have to discuss what's happening. It may not be the best anime we've seen, but that's
it's not the worst either.
It's
like middle of the road. Well, it's not King's Game or the.
It's not King's Game bad
or Gendo Guardian.
But it's so far. I would not like. It's very not. It's not very high in comparison to other like good shonen ai that I've watched. Like not at all.
No,
this is not even
the characters don't have the most depth to
like
them.
This is like Antique Bakery level, and that is not a compliment. Because Antique Bakery was also just very weird and involved lots of cake.
That's another one we could do. They could do that. They could do cake.
But they already did it eating. You know what? We only Dakaretai. Listen, you already said yours.
Yeah, I already gave mine. We can't change it. We'll see who's right next week. Tune in next week. Save that time. Save that.
Yeah, guess that fetish.
All right, let's move on to the other fetish anime we have this season. Senran Kagura, episode 3.
So lots of Onsen episodes.
Yeah.
By lots. Well, it's only 2, but that's a lot for us. That's like a third of our lineup.
There we go.
Yeah, Murakumo, she's my favorite. Like, I stand for her. She is my favorite.
Yeah, she was really good this episode.
She does so great. I'm actually really enjoying this anime though.
It is.
Like,
it's fun. It's a fun kind of like. It feels like a good Saturday morning show to watch. Like it's not too intense, and just a bunch of stupid shit happening.
But I do like. I actually do like Sakura's little change to like the dark side.
Yeah, her.
I like
it because it's not as annoying as I thought it would be. Like I like this episode where the last fight that they had, where she put the bomb on the fucking water tank, and that was actually pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, that was really cool. Like she's using bombs and shit. She's like,
I'm like, oh shit, you're actually being a ninja.
You're thinking like what? You're not just fighting with your ninja spirit? The fuck?
This would be like the equivalent of like if Naruto actually like did a bunch of like I actually poisoned your drinking water before the fight or something like that.
Exactly. Like she's like, oh, you're so naive. Like I don't know. I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm. I did like I like that they keep having excuses to do things like, oh, we gotta unwind before the tournament. Let's go to the bathroom.
Yeah, right. Wait. Oh, yeah. It's the whole place. The whole fight takes place on a beach. So might as well have a beach episode.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's literally gonna happen now.
If not next, in the episode after, because they're like, "Oh, we can't be too redundant." And we had the summer park.
Oh my god, they're gonna have Can you imagine an anime in one season has a pool episode, an onsen episode, and a beach episode? This is anime history.
Oh god, that'd be really funny. But yeah, oh my god. That one transition between like the plot and fan service was actually godly. I forget what it was.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, the scene. First of all, where that girl with like meets Kagura and invites her to the
to the tournament.
To the tournament, and then they're like dun 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 dun, and just pan back to fan service. And I was like, that was actually amazing. That was really good. I actually really appreciate that.
I think that encapsulates the whole series perfectly. Like,
it's
just one series. All right, back to fan service.
Really. Also, yeah, explain Kagura to me. Like, because the series is actually called Senran Kagura.
You know what? I just don't know. I saw Kagura pop up, like, oh, I literally was like, oh, is that why it's called Senran Kagura?
Wait. You can't be as clueless as I am. That's not fair. You watched all the anime and played how many games, and you don't know?
I admit, I'm not too up to date on the lore of Senran Kagura. I think Kagura is just like, I know that she can, like, she's like, I'm assuming she's just like this mystical, like, I'm just the best shinobi around, even though I'm just a little girl type of thing. But I don't know anything about her in depth now. Sorry. I'm not the right person to go to for the Senran Kagura lore.
Oh, I like the scene where they're all talking about going to the springs, I believe, and Riona is just like, she just tied herself up. She tied herself up. Hey, I just tied myself up. Is that great? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What is actually wrong with you?
I think Riona's my favorite character. She's so stupid.
And the other girl just like smacking her on the ass when I got talking to her.
I like the whole serious conversation they're trying to have, and you can just see her like off screen, like just like tied up in the corner and beat up.
What is this anime?
I don't even know. I don't know anymore.
Well, I do know that this concludes the end of our podcast. Ooh, spooky.
Hope you guys were as scared as we were.
If you are, by all means, like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our Twitter. Check out our Discord. It's diggity dope. And don't forget to check out our Twitch, because after all, it is just Twitch. Also, super special shout out to all people who have donated, who have joined Patreon. And when you do, if you're thinking about it, get all these cute little benefits, like cute little stuff. Oh my god, it's so great. We just had open up our whole new Patreon exclusive voice chat. So if that entices you, then by all means, join us. Oni, any other announcements?
Look forward to that new show we'll be covering next week.
Yes, I mean, we have
ideas.
We have ideas, but yeah, you'll see it when you see it. And I guess if that's all we have for announcements. Oh, by the way, sorry that there was no Nuzlocke last weekend, or I guess this weekend. Yeah, technically it's this weekend. I was in Albany living my best life, but we are going to be back on Tuesday.
Yes,
back to business, more or less. Yeah, and with that, I'm not gonna drag this out any longer. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Drooby Doo and
Soberoni.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Until then, bye bye.